ashes and taking those to the mortuary. So far, we are pursuing extensive lines of inquiry, and I have specialist search and forensic teams conducting thorough searches at various business premises that are linked to the suspects that were detained this weekend. I can confirm that a man and a woman have been arrested on suspicion of the prevention and lawful and decent burial, fraud by false representation and fraud by abuse of position. They have since been released on police bail with conditions whilst our investigations continue. I recognise that this is a distressing time for all of those affected, and I have no doubt it will have a significant impact across all our local communities and beyond. However, this is an incredibly lengthy investigation and a highly intricate one at that, with many extensive lines of inquiry. I have a dedicated team of over 120 Humberside police officers and police staff, together with partners from across the region and nationally. This reflects the sheer size and scale of this investigation and our shared commitment to establishing the truth and, where appropriate, seeking justice for those who are affected. The dedicated phone line remains open, and thus far we have received over 1,000 phone calls from members of the public since Friday. I would encourage anyone who has concerns about the service that they have received from legacy independent funeral directors that have not yet contacted us to please contact us on the dedicated hotline. I'd like to take this opportunity to speak directly to the families and loved ones affected by this truly terrible set of circumstances. My heart goes out to you all, and I can only imagine how distressing this is and how upsetting it will be for you and your families. I know that you will want and need much more information than I can give you today, but as we progress with the investigation, I want to reassure you that we will provide you updates as soon as we can. And I also want to give you a personal commitment that I will do everything possible to give you the answers that you deserve. We will continue to work closely with His Majesty's Coroner and colleagues from Hull City Council and East Riding Council. And cordons will remain in place at the business premises on Hessel Road. Meantime, I would ask that people refrain from speculating and continue to show the utmost respect for the bereaved families, their loved ones, and all of those that are affected within our communities. These are difficult times for us, and it is important that we look after and support each other moving forward. Thank you.
As you will appreciate, this is a complex, large and ongoing investigation which will take some considerable time to complete. We will be diligent and we will be thorough to ensure at the conclusion, if possible, all the families get the answers that they need. I want to thank all our staff who have supported the investigation to date under very, very difficult circumstances. And finally, as I highlighted in my opening, at the heart of this investigation are the families of loved ones. Many will be shocked, horrified and re-traumatised through grief following the disclosure of facts of this case this week. I therefore request that families are given time and space to process the events of the last few days, and also they're provided with privacy moving forward at this very, very difficult time. Thank you very much.
Well, a press conference which perhaps for some raises more questions than it answers. No more details about what has happened at the Legacy Independent Funeral Directors in Hull and East Riding. We knew already that 34 bodies had been removed from that independent funeral directors. The police today saying also a quantity of human ashes has been recovered as well. Actually, they said today 35 deceased. So the number has gone up slightly. They have been transported to a mortuary in Hull where they are being looked after in the right procedure. But they have said that they have 120 officers and staff working on this, as well as national staff, which perhaps gives an indication of the scale of the seriousness of what police think has happened here. They have opened up this dedicated hotline and they have had over 1,000 calls to this dedicated hotline already, and they have said that if anybody else has any reason that they think that they may have had concerns about legacy independent funeral directors, to contact this number. Talked about it being a complex and large investigation and that they want answers for all the families. And again, saying that for the police, a very, very difficult set of circumstances, which perhaps gives some indication of the seriousness and perhaps the horror of what police have had to deal with here. He said that families have been shocked, horrified and re-traumatised. And that their heart goes out to all of those. They can only imagine, they say, how distressing that is. But no real further information. The police saying that they know the families need and want more information, that they will update the families as fast as they can. They are working with the coroner and that all of the cordons remain in place. So 35 bodies have now, it's been confirmed, been removed from legacy independent funeral directors, as well as a quantity of human ashes, and a 46-year-old man and a 23-year-old woman arrested on suspicion of prevention of lawful and decent burials, fraud by false representation and fraud by abuse of position. They have been released on police bail, they